So Natasha is excited today because we're going to be playing with tuna. And no, that was not a growl, that was a burp. It's not time for dinner yet, is it? You've got to wait. So you're going to help me? Apparently not. Look at that. Sit. She said, I already am sitting. So today we are going to make something foreign. We are going to make poke, or poke if you prefer. I'll take you through the ingredients. This is really simple to do and it's really, really good. So you should try this. This is my second attempt at showing the ingredients because I forgot some and I got corrected and just generally made me look bad, you know. So this is a raw tuna dish, so there's no actual cooking. What we have here is a nice big piece of Ahi tuna. It's not quite sushi grade, and this is much bigger than you would need for one person, but this will make enough for us for today and tomorrow. It's a little brown because it's been in the freezer, but that doesn't affect the flavor at all, and it's still slightly frozen, which makes cutting it a lot easier. That's a good tip. Even if you've got fresh tuna that you want to slice finely into small chunks, because that's what we're going to do, put it in the freezer for a bit, as long as it hasn't been frozen before, and then when it's harder, it's easier to cut. Because this is a big piece of tuna, we have 2 avocados, some sesame oil, some, this actually says it's gluten-free soy sauce. I didn't know the soy sauce I normally have has gluten in it. Low sodium soy sauce will be fine. Hot sauce, this is Sriracha chili sauce, which is what you would normally use in this, but any kind of hot sauce will do. Despite what it says on the label, those are sesame seeds. We have a little bit of lemon juice, and that will stop the avocado from browning. And then we have a few spring onions, or green onions if you prefer. A sharp knife, which I just sharpened before we started, and a bowl to mix everything in, and then salt and pepper. Probably should have mentioned the salt and pepper before the bowl, the knife. But hey, I'm going to put you down over here, and then I'm going to do my clapperboard. You're what? Well, that synchronizes it. So when I'm editing it, that's it. I've got an overhead camera, and the best way of editing multiple cameras, and this is why movies use clapperboards to synchronize the audio. So I can get that camera synchronized with this camera. Anyway, this is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to chop up the tuna, and because this is a really thick piece, I'm actually going to cut it in half this way, and when I'm cutting it, I can actually hear that it's still slightly frozen in the middle, which is good. So now we're going to cut this up into cubes. So I'm just going to cut it one way, and these are, I'll say this in your dimensions, Bill, these are approximately 1 centimeter wide strips, and then we will cut the other way, approximately 1 centimeter. Oh, that was a big centimeter, that one was. But just so you can get these small pieces, and you see how well a really sharp knife cuts that. We'll put those into the bowl. And we'll do the same with this piece. Right, so I didn't show you cutting both of those pieces. There's no point showing you twice. But that is all of my tuna into the bowl, Now, once we've done that, we are going to slice the avocados. And the best way of doing this is slicing all the way around like that. Turn it off. Be really careful with your hands here. And so if you just lightly put your knife into the stone, the pit, you can then pull it out. Now this bit, this is where all the millennials cut their hands. So just score lightly. I mean, you can do it by holding it like that and then doing it like that, but the likelihood of you cutting your hand is pretty high. Yes, so we'll just get a spoon and scrape it out and make sure you get all that green goodness from inside the skin. That's the best bit of the avocado. We'll squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice onto that to stop it from browning, and then we'll do the second half. Once again, I'm just scoring in both directions. And then when we mix it up with the tuna, the pieces are going to break down. Just make sure you don't get that little stalk. Don't get that in there because it's not fun to bite into one of those. So we'll just scrape that out. And I have another one to do, which I'll do for you, and I'll come back to you. We have the last piece of avocado in with our tuna, and you'll hear munching in the background because the dog's eating their dinner. So we're just going to mix all that together. And so with the lemon juice will get mixed in. This is a lot of poke. There are no magic quantities for these ingredients. It's just some sesame oil, some soy sauce, and some Sriracha. Let's give that a good mix. And then basically I just taste it and see if it tastes like how I want it to taste. And you want to make sure that everything is mixed in well. So those are the principal ingredients in there. Now all we need to do is add some salt and pepper. I'll give that another good mix. Some sesame seeds. And I'm surprised I didn't get told off for this. Julie likes to add black sesame seeds as well. I just put in regular ones. No doubt there'll be some black ones that find their way in there later too. And now all we've got to do is taste it. Perfect. Final step. not to use that again because I've slobbered all over it. We're just going to cut up some of the green onions. Just strip back. Hang on. Strip back that evil outside layer. There we go. Made a bit of a mess of that one. Let's try this one. There we go. So just pull back that first layer to get to nice fresh onion inside. That first one was terrible. And then, just like we did with the leeks, just chop this back so we get the white and light green parts. We don't want that bit. That's junk. And then we can just chop those up just a little bit more. If it doesn't need it, you can leave those bits whole if you want. Bob that in. And then we'll just give that a quick stir with a fork. And we're going to cover that. Look at that. We're going to cover that, put it in the fridge for, I guess, an hour, but it just needs about half an hour in order for the flavors to mingle and get to know each other. And then you can serve it. I just eat this with crackers, but Julie doesn't like being called crackers. She's not listening. What do you eat this with, dear?
Salad.
Julie eats this on top of a salad. I just like to eat it by itself with crackers. It's really nice, very good for you. And yum. So we've covered it with plastic wrap. It's going to go in the fridge and we'll be back later. What did you think of that? Here we are a little later. There is the wonderful poke. Here is one serving suggestion, which is
Spinach radicchio grapefruit salad with a fennel vinaigrette and poke.
So this is my serving suggestion. Rosemary flavored crackers. Really good. So you just take a bunch of it, slop it on your plate.
Love your uncle.
And actually Roy's my uncle, but that's a whole other story. And there you go. Enjoy. Delicious.